Hello. I am back in Parsons for a couple nights, and I just want to let you know that we've had a safe trip to Memphis and have gone there for a wedding for Joshua and Genesis. We just got back later this afternoon, and I realized I hadn't put my post together for this Psalm chapter 7. So this is May 7th, and things are going well. But you know what? Things aren't always going well. Sometimes people falsely accuse us. Sometimes they say that we do things we are not. Sometimes people turn on us. And I would like to help you understand that evil people have a tendency to bring on or try to garner their strength by bringing on more evil people. And eventually, evil implodes upon itself. I would like to read this from Psalm chapter 7, 14, 15, and 16. These verses from Psalm 7. He says, "He who is pregnant with evil and conceives trouble gives birth to disillusionment. And he who digs a hole and scoops it out falls into the pit that he has made. The trouble that he causes recoils on himself, and his own violence falls on his own head." And I just would like for us to recognize, to keep in mind that evil destroys itself given enough time. It doesn't win in the end. And the challenge that David has, an author for this psalm, this one in particular, is that he continues to trust in God, even in the midst of evil. Even when it implodes upon itself or it doesn't, he may never see it. We know he did see it in his life. There are times, there may be circumstances in our lives that we don't get to see the evil dissipate. We may feel like that it just gets worse and worse, and it just, we don't know what to do. But throughout this psalm, from the very beginning to the very end, David rests his hope. He says in verse 1 that I take refuge in God. And then the very last verse, he said, I give thanks. I give thanks to the Lord because of his righteousness, and I will sing of his praise to the name of the Lord Most High. You know, things aren't always going well, but we need to keep giving praise to God. We need to keep saying, thank you, Lord, for what I have been given. God is generous. He is loving, and his faithfulness never ends. And neither does his love. And we may not see the full extent of the timeline of evil, nor do we see the full extent of the timeline of good. But we do know, and we can trust in God's timeline, and we can rely and rest in his assurances, his truth, and God's wonderful love for us. From Psalm chapter 7, just some reminders. I think it's important that we keep these things in mind. Evil will self-implode, but we must continue, as David did, to give thanks to the Lord, honor him, and take our refuge and find our strength in what God has for us. I know many of you are having troubles with different things, and I shall as well at some time have even more trouble probably. But hey, I'm not looking for trouble. I don't want trouble. I just know that when it does happen, that we need to say thank you, and that we need to take our refuge in the Lord. So I see many of you have come on here in the last few minutes. It's just a short devotional. I haven't appeared today, but now I have, and I wanted to say hello and share with you from some thoughts from Psalm chapter 7. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.